Hi everyone, welcome. I am Maggie of maggiesbliss.com. So I'm here for a quickie-ish collective oracle reading. And yes, we're going to talk about that Pluto in Aquarius. So like that being like the start of it, it's in Aquarius now or for like 20 years. It just went in it like on the 19th, I think. Let me see. I have it in my notes just so I wouldn't forget this time. Just chatting with my friend the other day, and I remembered a post where someone was posting about that, saying, "Oh, the last time this happened for 20 years, that was when the big financial crisis happened," or something like that. And it's possible. You never know. What I wanted to do was to just tune in and like just see what the guides wanted me to know about this time period and what's coming for, the collective, what's happening. So that energetic connection here. So what I tuned in, what came up mostly was first, right? We know Pluto in Aquarius, right? As of November 19th, yes, it's going to be in Aquarius for those 20 years. So March 8th, 2043 is when it will bounce back out. So for almost 20 years, Pluto's all about death, rebirth, transformation. So it is our shadow planet. It is where we do shadow work. Like we have the moon in our chart is our subterranean, our subconscious, who we are when no one's watching, and it's our shadow work. What are we hiding, and what do we need to, and mostly usually hiding from ourselves, and then what do we need to do so that we can extract it, transmute it, right? Transformation for Pluto, right? Transmute it into something light and bright and beautiful. So so let's see, and yes, shadow work. So since it's in Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about thinking outside the box and freedom, it's the element of air, right? So this tells us, okay, now that we're going to deal with that shadow aspect of it, right? For Aquarius, those that have that as a prominent part of their chart, every single sign has a light and awesome side of it, and every side has a shadow, a darker side that you may or may not like, but it's what you have to evolve from, transmute into the lighter aspects, especially when it's prominent in your chart. And with Aquarius being that think outside of the box and freedom, sometimes the counter productive thing is they might think outside of the box even when it's not called for. Like what's being served is fine and perfect, but they still want to be outside the box anyway, and that's okay too. Sometimes it can go into the, okay, like I'm a graphic designer, right? So we'll design things and then we will say, okay, does that really help the design, or is that just some sort of gratuitous flourish that really makes no sense and it doesn't add any value or take away any value? It's just different. That's cool too. So different to be different. We each have our unique experiences that we are here living, right, with the light of the God, Goddess, the divine through us, and no one can experience it exactly like you. You're processing things in a way that you're meant to, right, share as part of the collective. So we need you to be your uniqueness, whatever that is. And now the other aspect that tends to sometimes happen with Aquarians and the shadow part is that they will, be argumentative, just to be argumentative, just to be different, right? Just to say something different and be, the unique, different, whatever. And again, right, that serves them, but it can go too far sometimes. So watching that's a part of, right, that transmuting energy that will be happening in the next 20 years. But mostly it's like, okay, what shadow work do we need to do in order to achieve our freedom, to be our unique selves, and to bring that freedom into our being, our entire being, and our way of living and experiencing life, right? It's like we're all being like called to like, what is our unique thing that would make us feel the most free, the most happy, the most our unique selves. So that hopefully in the next 20 years, right, you take those steps. So let me just make sure in my notes I said everything I want to say about that. So you're being called to do whatever shadow work shows up to achieve this magical freedom through our unique expression with no bounds, right? Freedom, true freedom. What little or big steps can you take now to achieve your entire beingness of freedom and uniqueness? What are those steps, little or big? Those little steps are powerful too. Remember that. They lead to the bigger ones if there are bigger ones, and they keep you moving in the direction towards your goal. And yes, journal. So like I have my journal here, so I would hopefully not forget to say it, but it's also in my notes. So I have my journal. I'm journaling with one of my colleague, friends, associates, all the things for something that we're coming together to do. And the more to come as we figure out all the things on that. But journal your goals. This creates new pathways in your brain. The synapses in your brain start to fire and they start to create new pathways. And what else did they tell me? And right, my guides like send these cool channelings through to help us with clarity, right? So, and we're all receiving those, and actually in here we have someone stepping in as a guide, as a uplifting person, but we all have guides and angels that are always trying to talk to us. So what are they saying to you? Listen to the whispers. They're sometimes, they're so gentle. They're not always going to be like in your face, but sometimes they are. So journal, and like when we can lay out the steps, it's not so daunting. We'll be like, all right, I can do that thing and I can do this other thing, and okay, then eventually that will lead to this other thing that I want to do and have to do, and it's a part of my goal. Plus, it's also going to help us step into our creativity, and it will also like bring forward some like really cool, unique ideas coming at you, right? Like new things will come up when you start to write it down. It's powerful stuff. So more ideas and creativity flow right to you. So then I saw this beautiful vision of a guide, more energy than like form, right? It was just this pink and white fluid energy. I could tell it was like a being, but I just couldn't make out the form. But feminine in nature, and right, more of that divine feminine energy too. So it reminded me of a vision I had a couple days ago where there was just a lot more divine feminine energy ushering in right now, and it's a good time for it. We had a lot of stuff to do. That shadow work happened in September and October more intensely, and then passing Samhain and Day of the Dead and moving into our gratitude month. So now it's time to just be with more ease. And where is it? This one. I swear I pulled this card up the last time I was with you guys, but be still. So let me just finish. All right. So I saw this guide, pink and white energy, offering me tea and a coming together for our goals to just, you know, enjoy manifesting with someone, with more than one person, with more than two even. I heard that song. I don't even remember the band or singer. But it's, you know, come together right now. So, come together right now. It's all about coming together. And, right, especially this month being, you know, Thanksgiving in the US. So it's all about enjoying that energy of coming together and being with people, but of like energy, and to move forward with your goals, with what you're doing, but also to just have like that tribe that you're not supposed to, but you would love to like connect with. But where two or more are gathered, manifestation is more powerful. So that's part of this beautiful energy and working towards your positive, uplifting goals. There is power in numbers where two or more. Okay, I said that. Okay, just want to make sure I go through my notes because I tend to forget things and I get so annoyed with myself. So the first card that came up, I used the Lemurian Star Child Oracle deck, and I always show you the back because it's so cool looking. Sorry about my nails. I didn't get them done. This is like last on my list of priorities. So the first card that came up, the last cloak, it's a number 8 card, as above, so below, the infinity symbol, right? This is all about releasing old identities, and then magnificence is realized. And as you can see here, right, you're just removing more of that ick. And we did that in September and October. We did like another intense session of our shadow work we do every year. It happens all year long, but that's when it really kind of comes in a lot. And here it's just saying, all right, it's time to remove that last thing, that one thing that's blocking you. And it's a pattern, an energetic pattern within you. So to me, this is almost like a past card. It's like you've done the work, you're doing it, and you're paving the way for this beautiful, right, heart-shaped and with energy flowing up. It looks like almost like a lotus or like a crown, but you're stepping out of those old patterns so you can move into something really awesome, cosmic heart source. I'll read the little words for you. Source of all, true home, just be, heart connection. So you're moving into your true home within and perhaps even around, right? So like, maybe you're being called logistically to go somewhere else. I know I am. So listen to it if that's what it is. And also know that your home is within. And guess what? Look at that flower of life. I'm so glad it's actually showing up on the screen for me. So hopefully you can see this. The flower of life is a sacred design that is found. Oh, I'm seeing light beings too in there. Huh. And the flower of life makes up all life. It's in and embedded in everything. And whenever I'm sun gazing, occasionally when I close my eyes, especially like this week, I would just see the flower of life. Well, looking at the sun, but my eyes were closed, so like a lot of light was shining in, and there's the flower of life. But you can, right? So we know this now. The flower of life is powerful. It's bringing us into our joy, into our heart, into our truth, right? So this whole Pluto and Aquarius stuff, we're gonna traverse that, and we're gonna work through it and come into even more of our freedom, our love, right? Our soul, always the end result. So there's a lot of light beings that are coming in to help us with this. And I'm seeing a lot of quartz too. So we're going to bring in some high vibe and magic. Quartz is really great for removing negative energies. And raising the vibe. And then the next is our Lemurian guide. So she steps in, number 5 card. Actually, I don't know if I said the number of the previous one. It was a 1. So beginnings. New beginnings coming through. Number 5 is change. It's transformation. And it's also earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. 5-pointed star there. So this says sister, friend, teacher of infinite, universal love. So here we come in with Lemurian guide is coming at us. So this, I'm feeling for a lot of people, is actually going to be in like a physical person in your life is going to step in. Someone with this love in their heart, with this guide, with this connection to you. And then also our Lemurian guide, right? So Lemuria is a time that happened way back during the Atlantean times and Lemurian times. They were two of similar races in their goals with crystals but I guess from what I'm told from the stories is that the Atlanteans had a more power hold. They wanted to achieve more power and get to the science of it, and that's not wrong. And then the Lemurians were just like, let's feel it and let's just experience, and we don't want to like try to manipulate something into being something ugly or whatever. Like we just want to allow the flow of life to be there. So when the Lemurians prophesied that something big was coming and it was going to be planetary level horrific, they decided to embed their light codes, frequencies, vibrations, their transmissions into their crystals. Oh shoot, I didn't know I was going to actually talk about this one. Let me get mine. So here's my Lemurian quartz. I love it. I'm going to try to get you to see these lines here, little striations in the crystal naturally there, not like carved there. This Lemurian quartz, one of my because it's under my pillow every night. I'll be taking this on my trip too, Delia. They embedded their energy and frequencies, messages, wisdom in these Lemurian crystals. And it is said that each line is something to unpack, to open. Meditate with your crystals, work with it on the land, and receive your wisdom. You may connect to a Lemurian guide as you're doing that too, right? So that's... let me just put that down. That's one, right? So they did that before anything happened so that they could make sure that the message, the wisdom still lived on. And those who had to do that and travel for it kind of sacrificed their lives in order to go there. The next thing, oh shoot, where'd it go? Here it is. I have the other one I wanted to show you. Stillness, as I showed you before. Like I said, I think something similar like this came up last week. And yes, you need to have your time of rest, your time of beingness. That's how you integrate. That's how you bring in the awesome. Bring in like the newer inspiration, the new ways of being. But first you rest, you be, right? So get your full night's sleep, get your naps when you need it, but then also like moments when you're awake where you're just being. Go out in nature. Just be. When something happens, just be. Just step outside of it. Be neutral so that you can look at it and say, okay, what am I seeing? And it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. All energy is pure energy until we decide with our intention that it's going to do something. So pause, take the stillness, because as we head into winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, we will have that naturally. It's the element of earth, direction of north. Winter tells us to just hibernate like the bear and just be for a little while. And that helps us really embrace springtime when the blossoms come in. So take that time. And then finally, the recommended, and I used the same deck. That last one was from Denise Lynn's deck. This is from Colette Baron Reed's deck, Crystal Spirits deck, Oracle something. Lithium quartz is the recommended stone for you, for the whole of collective. It's a 33 card, which is a master number, 11s, 22s, and 33s. Yesterday was 11/22, so I was like, yeah, master day. And today, right, we have our 33. And it is said that even Christ consciousness is resonant to the frequency of 333. But it's time to get to master level now, and you're about to achieve that. But the reminder is get your lithium quartz. So we have regular quartz. Nothing's regular, right? And then we have tons of different varying kinds of quartz: amethyst, rose quartz, citrine, green aventurine, and Lemurian quartz. And now we have lithium. Lithium quartz is exactly what you think it is. It's all lithium quartz and lepidolite have micanized lithium on the surface, right, within the energy of the stone. So lithium quartz, you see those little white, that's a little bit of that lithium quartz. And now we know that the ancient ones would rub their hands together nice and warm so that they, open up the pores in the palms of their hands, and they would hold the lithium quartz to bring more peace and calm to what they're doing, where they are, so that they're not like, maybe there was a freak out moment, or just anxiety. This is so good to keep you uplifted, but to calm and soothe you at the same time. And also, it holds this, and for me, right, it holds this energy and energy and essence vibe of joy. So step into joy, step into peace and tranquility, do nothing when you can. And then you'll make your way through, start to write down your beautiful goals in your book, and step into what your next step is, right? It's like to step into you, more fully you, because and take your time, right? It's 20 years of Pluto and Aquarius, no big. So we'll do great, and we will take those things that are happening as they come, and then breathe through any challenges take a moment and then take wise action, inspired action, rather than doing just to do or to react. Wise action instead. So hopefully this has been a little helpful for all of you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend whenever you're watching this. And Munay, blessed be.